Yaakov. Today we're still in Brachos. We're on page 214 in the Art Scroll and Mem Zayin in the Hebrew. We want always that people should give us bracha. We said yesterday already that you shouldn't want anybody to give you any type of klolosh. We learned in Brachos, be careful because a bracha of a hedyet and a klala of a hedyet could be very strong. And we even see by goyim sheberachim kilei l'gdolei adorm niskayim b'hem. And who is he talking about? He's talking about the goyim. We see by David HaMelech that he got a bracha from Arvaino, which was a non-Jewish king, and it became in Zari. And we also see by Daniel that he also got a bracha from a non-Jewish person, and it was Mekayim Bizari. Where do we see that a klala worked Bizari? We see by Avimelech that he muttered a klala to Sarah, and it came in Bizari. We see that Yitzchak was blind because of that klala that Avimelech gave to Sarah, which doesn't sound like it shouldn't be that way, but still, we have to be careful, even with a hedyet. There could be a moment. What does this mean? It means that we have in Rus that we just learned that there was a bracha that when it says that Tamarna Hanoshim El Nami Baruch Hashem Asher Lo Yishpisa Lacha Goyal Hayoim V'Yikra Shmai B'Yisrael. And it says Hayoim. What's the extra Hayoim? Amar Rabbi Chunya says in the Medrash that what happened at that time, there was a moment where that day there was a bracha given to Nami that Beis David shouldn't be cut out. And when was that? By the time of Atalia, he was trying to kill out the whole Malchus Beis David, and there was a boy named Yoyesh, and he was hidden in the Kodesh HaKadoshim, and he was a baby, and he was kept in the Kodesh HaKadoshim for a few years. And that bracha, where did it come from? It came from the woman sitting around giving brachas to Nami back, way back. The great grandmother got that bracha. So we see that a bracha of people sitting around. If you're going to a kiddush and people say Mazel Tov, you say there's enough people saying Mazel Tov. I have to also say Mazel Tov. Or you're on a thing, people are saying Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. How many Mazel Tovs does the guy need? Okay, one more. Each Mazel Tov that you say, that's another bracha that the person has. And it's a very important point that people have to realize. Say Mazel Tov again. Give somebody another bracha. Brachos Talmid Chacham v'tzadikim is'av eloi. You should desire, you should want the bracha of a tzaddik. You have to stand long online to get a bracha. It's kedai. Mendy Joseph is very into getting brachas from Gedolei Adar. He was very into that. You have him machzor achreya, and you should long for it, and you should run after the tzaddikim in order to get a bracha from them. We see many times that the Vilna Gaon and the Chavetz Chaim gave brachas, small brachas, and the people lived very long lives. Why? Because it's likely to be fulfilled. If you get a bracha from a tzaddik, that bracha is likely that it will happen. And it's also mechabed Torah when you go look for brachas for them. He has a Talmid Chacham always has a better eye. Anybody who's looking for that bracha, who yivarachena brachas rabbis, he should give, somebody who has ayin tova should give out brachas. Ki my ipchas legarim tova. What does it bother him that he gives away his tova? It doesn't cost him money. And he's doing a mitzvah. I just want to point out one thing, and I'm going to say a quick story. A bracha, if you can imagine it, it's like a pipeline to Hashem. Every person who's God-fearing, they have a pipeline going straight to Hashem. That pipeline, with Averis, and sometimes for reasons that we don't know, gets stuffed up. There's blockage in your pipeline, in your artery, however you want to call that pipeline to Hashem. When somebody says an amen, or somebody says a bracha, it becomes a knock, and it clears out the pipeline a little bit. Plunger. It's like right, exactly, like a plunger. And if somebody has a bracha from a tzaddik, that's like a 6-foot snake going through it. It's like hardcore Drano. So any mitzvah that we do, we're clearing out in order to get more bracha, to bring down more bracha on ourselves. So it's very important that we should be careful of that. I'm just to say a quick story from the Chafetz Chaim, where we see a brachas hedyet and a bracha of a gadol in the same exact story. There was a story, Rabbi Lindinsky, who was nifter about 30 years ago. He was a young man in the time of the Chafetz Chaim. In 1928, the Chafetz Chaim got very deathly ill, and everybody was davening for the Chafetz Chaim. Rabbi Lindinsky was a young man in the yeshiva, said, I'm giving 5 years of my life that the Chafetz Chaim should live. And they said by his levaya that the Chafetz Chaim was nifter in 1933, exactly 5 years after he gave that 5 years to the Chafetz Chaim. But they said also, the Chafetz Chaim heard about it and he called him over and he said, you should live a long life. And he lived well into his 90s. They didn't know his birthday, but he lived well into his 90s, and he has thousands of grandchildren who are learning Torah today, and they're from that one bracha. So you see a bracha of a hedyet and a bracha of a gadol in the same story. There's many, many stories, and Mitzvah Hashem, we should continue in bracha. Have a good day. Have only bracha.